This is the MTA train lines tier list. Let's get started.
So here we have every single train line on this tier list. We hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get started. So first we have the 1 train. The 1 train is going into A tier. Because, the 1 train, they really need to clean their trains. Like, it's a W route, but they really need to fix the trains. Cause the yard, they be keeping them dirty all the time, so yeah. It's going straight to A tier. It's a good route, but they really need to fix the trains. Now, the 2 train. I just don't understand, it's a good route, but it always goes to the hood, and that's where the bad people are, and especially in the areas of the Bronx, there's always thin platforms, so I always get scared to fall. So why I'll put it in B tier or C tier. It's fine, but it's nothing too crazy, especially when it turns into a shuttle. Now, the Red Rocket. It's a really unique route, especially since it goes to New Lots Avenue and Harlem 148th Street. And it's cool how the Harlem 148th Street, it was a yard that turned into a station. It's really unique. And it's a really cool route. Yeah, S tier, straight S tier. It's really cool. And yeah. Now the Iron Horse. Personally, I always take this train most of the time to get home. I mean, it's fine. It also is part of the hood, especially since it goes to the Bronx. It's going with the 2 train. It's nothing that cool. I mean, when it goes express, it's fine, I guess. And I mean, when it's on the R142As, I'll give it in the A tier, but not right now. And same with the 5 train. It's basically the same thing as the 4. They both go express, and it's not anything super exciting. I mean, it's okay, but I feel like they could really improve the 4 and 5 trains on the Lexington Avenue. But yeah, it's fine. With the headways and I don't like the nighttime shuttles, especially on the 5 train. It goes from East 180th Street to Dyer Avenue. It's definitely okay because it still serves the area, but nah. The 6 train easily goes to the S tier. It carries the Lexington Avenue line, especially on late nights. Well, the 4 train does go local, but it carries the Lexington line, especially in the Bronx. Well, not really in the Bronx, but it does connect to a lot of bus services, and I really like the route and how cool it is, especially in the Bronx. I really like going to Parkchester. It's a pretty cool area. And just like in Midtown, it goes local, which is perfect because I get to go explore. And it's way better than the express routes because you actually get to look at the local stations, and I think the local stations are better, so yeah. Same with the 7 train. It does have express service, but I feel like the local service is better because you get to see the cool looking stations, and I really prefer the local stations. Even if it's slower, I still appreciate them. But I feel like the Flushing line stations are just way too close to each other. They really need to improve that, but that's what causes a lot of trains to be close to each other. But it does improve headways, but it's not really useful. So it's still going to S tier. Not really the express service, but I love the R188s on the 7. Now the A train. So yeah, the A train is nice. It's like the BX12, but like a train route. It's going to B tier because it's not really like express. It goes really slow sometimes, especially like when it goes from 59th Street to 125th Street. It's really slow, but I don't think it's designed to be like that, but it's really slow sometimes, and it's kind of annoying, especially the R46ers on the line. But the Rockaways is cool. It's like the unique route, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of slow, but it's still express. And come on, MTA, you really have to improve the headways for this route. It's express, come on, please. Now the C train. The C train is cool as the local stations aren't really, really cool. I mean, it's I and D. What do you expect? It's still going to A tier, because I really like it, especially since it goes in 168th Street. It's a nice area. I like Manhattan, especially the George Washington Heights. Well, Washington Heights, sorry, and especially the George Washington Bridge. A lot of buses go there. It's like a really nice area, and I like how it connects to the one train. It's nice. But they really need to take the R46s off of this route. Now, the E train. The E train is finally back where it belongs. I'm not sure if this, the changes, like, if it's stuck on this route, but if you haven't known already, the F train is, I think the F train is still on 53rd Street, but the F train, what am I even saying? The M train I think the M train was taking off of 53rd Street. Well, I'm not gonna think that, but the E train is pretty cool. I like how it goes to express in Queens and local in Manhattan. It reminds me of the C train, apart from the fact that it used to be the K, where it went from 168th Street to World Trade Center. It's going at A tier. It's a efficient route. The headways are good, but the trains are close to each other sometimes, but you know, it's okay. Okay, now the B train. So, I don't really have a lot to say about this route. The only thing I don't really like about this route is that it only goes to 145th Street, but it only goes to the Bronx on rush hours. I wish it would just be a full route, not like a rush hour thing. I mean, it's definitely better than the D train. Definitely better than the D train. It's going to C tier because that's like they really impacted the route, because like, yeah, they really messed it up, because like, especially running with the R62, not R62, what am I saying? R68As, I think. Those cars are getting to its last days. Yeah, with the D train too. The D train is also going to C tier because it's not an inefficient route. The headways are bad, and the service is not really good. There's always service changes, so they're both going to C tier. They're not efficient at all, and yeah, that's all I have to say about them. Moving on, we're going with the F train now. The F train, definitely S tier. Super efficient. I love the route. It's really cool. I like how it merges with the G train in Brooklyn. It's really cool, and it also goes with the F and Q train. I feel like it's a really cool route. Like, I love the F train, and it was always my favorite as when I was growing up, and I always used to take it across Queens and Brooklyn. It was really fun. Those were the good days. And yeah. So yeah. Now the M train. The M train, it's like the E train, but local. I feel like the way it's running right now, it's just really impacted. Like, it was going to 96th Street and stuff like that. It was really, really impacted in like 2019. They really did bad things to the M train when it was running to 96th Street and stuff. The Q train was like, I'm not sure if it was like taking it out of service or like running on the M line, but the M train was really, really bad sometimes. And I don't like how it runs like 5-car trains or like 8-car trains or something. But like, it's fine, I guess. It's going to A tier, but for the most part, it's good. Now, the N train straight to S tier. No explanations about that. It's a W Broadway line route. It's perfect. It's definitely better than most of the. It's better than like the QRW, and like, it's cool. For the most part, it's like it's really interesting. Like, especially in Brooklyn, you get to see like all the abandoned portions of the area, and like all the tracking that is not used at all. It's like really cool to look at, especially if you're looking for a good. It's like if you're looking for a good view. Now the Q's A tier. It's not perfect, especially since it uses R46s. Well, the NQ and W trains, they use R46s, but the N train is unbeatable. The Q train, it's efficient for the most part, but it gets pretty annoying sometimes, especially to me, because like on the R46s, like you can barely understand the announcements, and it's really confusing. And yeah, so it's pretty fine. Like, it's definitely not an S tier route. I would not put that there. But yeah. Oh wow. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the L train there. Let me just put the L train there, because I forgot to put the L train bullet. Sorry guys, that's my train. I can't believe I would forget to do that. It's my train. Like, why would I do that? Like, it's one of my favorite routes. That's why my profile picture is an L train, the L train bullet, and that's why in the most used subway line series, for the L train video, as I said, it's me at that part. It's one of my favorite routes. So yeah, the L train, it's definitely an S tier route. I'm not trying to be biased about the fact that it's my bullet. Well, I forgot about the R train. The R train is also S tier. It's also efficient. It's really cool. I like how it's all local. You get to explore every single local station, even if it's IND. Well, not IND, but it's BMT. But it's still, some of the stations in Queens, like, they're very, very, like, boring. It's really boring. Like, especially, like, 65th Street or, like, 36th Street. Stations like those, it's pretty boring. And, yeah. The W train, definitely C tier. It's basically the R train, but like, not in Brooklyn. It's the N and R train, basically. It would have been more cool if it was still going to 86th Street. And it was really annoying when it was like taken away in 2016. The L train is S tier, definitely my favorite route. So yeah, like I was saying, the W train is just the N and R train basically, and there's nothing really to talk about it. There's nothing really to say about it. So let's get to the J train. So the J train, it's a A tier route. And the Z train, definitely D tier. So the J train, it's only A tier. It's not S tier because the Z train definitely ruined it. The Z train is definitely going to D tier. It's not efficient at all. It's like the 9 train. It's like the 9 train where you do express service for basically no reason, and you're just gonna go local the rest of the way. So the shuttles are definitely going into S tier. They're all really, really efficient because it gets you from one place to another, and it's definitely better than, it's way better than some of the, it's actually way better than even the L train, actually. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. It's actually better than the L train, but it's definitely efficient. It takes you from one place to another. It helps you get service if there's no service, taking you around. It's definitely useful if people want, especially for tourists. And yeah, so this is the MTA tier list. Here are the trains that I made. Well, not what I made, but what I put for the tier list. And here is my opinions about the routes. Hope you enjoyed the video, and safe travels. See you next time.